studio in Milan. Some of you were probably attending theology of the body classes while I was running them there. And you probably even recognize the sculpture. It was the big thing in a plastic bag behind us. So this was another St. Joseph. A lady in Florida saw the other one you saw earlier on, really liked it, and she said that she read this prayer, beautiful prayer of St. Joseph, where he's kissing the child, and she asked, could you do St. Joseph kissing the child? Sure, no problem. So that's this piece here. So this is in Florida at the moment. And this is one I did of Pope Benedict when I was in New York when he visited the States. I met up with Charles Scribner, the guy I was talking about, the third. He had met the Holy Father while he was there, because he was living next door to the Papal Nuncios. And he asked me to do a sculpture of Pope Benedict, and he would donate it to St. Patrick's Cathedral to put it beside the sculpture of John Paul II. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it. So that was a beautiful privilege to do that. So it's in St. Pat's at the moment, and because they've changed the cardinal, so it's going to take a bit of time. So I haven't actually published this piece. It's not public yet because it hasn't been installed yet. So. This is a chapel. This is a chapel in Milan. I've been asked to do a marble relief. So this is about 4 meters by 3 meters. So this will be a marble relief sculpture, which I'm going to do with my workshop in Florence. This is another piece that I've been asked to do for a church. It's a hospital, for a chapel for a hospital in Rome, a new hospital, Campus Biomedico. And this is another 4 meter by 3 meter altarpiece. So all these figures are life-size figures. And this is the God the Father and God the Son as in a veil. So this is a tabernacle, so this will be 3-dimensional. And then the Holy Spirit on top. So the Holy Spirit and all these figures here, the Pentecostal figures, they are all on one plane. And the tabernacle, which consists of God the Father and the Son, and this is a door here which opens up. And this is the guardian angel underneath. So they're on different planes. So you have the Holy Spirit descending on the apostles here, and the holy women, Our Lady, Magdalene, and so on. And then this is on a different plane, so there is a curtain that will come across this here that will close it over when there's adoration with the monstrance in front of the Blessed Sacrament. So a different thing. It's interesting to think about that. There was a bit of doubt about it initially because you had the Holy Spirit above God the Father and the Son. But when I explained that they're on a different plane, and that these are all on one plane and this is on another plane, it changes the whole composition. So if you block off this, it all makes sense. So these are hierarchical things you have to take into consideration as an artist, in sacred art. So this is a quick sketch of the tabernacle, what it would be like in 3 dimensions. And this is the altarpiece for Milan, which will be in marble. Unfortunately, they had already blocked off, they already made these sections, so I had to work within those sections. So it makes it much more difficult. It kind of stiffens up the composition, but hey, can't get everything right. This is one of a series of Stations of the Cross I'm doing for the Dominicans in San Marco, Florence. They've given me Beato Angelico Studio to run this academy. So, and they hadn't charged me, so I said, God, I've got to do something for these guys. So I was doing the Stations of the Cross. I go to Mass there in the morning and so on. And I did the Stations during during the Lent, their Stations of the Cross. I realised they didn't have any stations, they only had crosses, so I said, I'll do Stations of the Cross for them. So that's this Station of the Cross here. I basically took the Passion, Mel Gibson's Passion, and it's a really inspiring film. I mean, it's one of the great masterpieces, I think, sacred art of later years. And I've taken that as great inspiration because there's fantastic research into that, and I've decided to take its compositional aspects because they're cinematographic. I took because some scenes are up close, so you just have two faces in the scene. Others are in the distance like this, and you can play with it cinematographically. And by doing that, you're also I'm using Renaissance techniques of the masters like John Bologna, Michelangelo, and so on, and I'm mixing that with contemporary visual language of cinema, and in order to create a language which communicates to a new audience. So the real challenge for an artist today is to take what's valuable, what's really, really valuable and effective in the great masters of the past, and bring it forward. So, like with the St. Josephs, their original interpretations of St. Joseph, they were inspired always by the writings of St. Escriva. He talks about St. Joseph as a young man, as strong and compassionate and so on. So I wanted to get that across. It was also addressing a major issue I was encountering in my work here in Dublin and in the Bronx in New York and Rome, where I worked a lot with the homeless and people with difficulties. You find that there's a major issue of crisis of fatherhood, where especially in difficult areas, disadvantaged areas, these girls go around with lots of kids and the fathers without any fathers. And these kids are not getting the formation they need from the father, a male figure, a substantial male figure in their family. So I want to address that crisis of fatherhood. And that's a very contemporary problem. And using a contemporary vision of a man as strong and compassionate. So the challenge is to develop a new artistic language for a new millennium. And with this, I'm trying to do the same with this relief. I'm trying to use mixing what works. As in Mel Gibson, that worked. Although other things aren't working for the moment. But that film really did work. So just use what works and mix it with the great past. This is a piece I'm working on at the moment. This is a St. Escriva for Ireland. This is the latest piece I'm working on. That'll be in Care, I think. So it'll be bronze. So this is a studio. This is what a studio would be like. You have the model here. It's the most discreet image I can find. So you're not seeing too much, but you get the idea. So you basically have all your sculptors are drawing or painting students around the model, and they'll be sculpting away. And in an environment like this, like a doctor's surgery, there's a respect for the vulnerability of the model. If you're new, there's a hush of silence. It's very interesting because it reminds you of the spirituality of the body. When you're in a class, everybody's talking about it, and then the model comes out behind the stand and gets up and stands. There's a hush. There's an instinctive respect for the body. And that obviously has to be nurtured because it's not always there. And if it's not there, it's the responsibility of the instructor to make sure it's there. But it's an interesting, instinctive thing. Maybe it's a shock that someone take a book into the room. It doesn't happen all the time. So this is just to give you a basic idea of how I teach anatomy. This is, let's say, this is a leg, obviously. But I've broken down the leg into flexors, extensors. So flexors are the pink muscles, extensors are the green muscles, abductors are the orange muscles, and adductors are the blue muscles. So we have this. What I'm basically trying to do is break down the body into a language, into a vocabulary. So as to teach students in a very clear way how the body is turned into a language by the great masters. That's why people like Bernini and Michelangelo, Caravaggio, they were so powerful because they knew how to communicate through the body. They understood